Hello, greetings. I am Gilles Mansier. I wanted to come today. I may be. I'm not sure if I can time tomorrow, so I thought I'd make a video tonight, and I will post it tomorrow to address this. For there is so much that is changing right now. I wanted to speak about the divine law and the shadow matrix. For we all live in a matrix that is. We've been living in this dark shadow matrix for a very long time. This matrix of control, this dark, this subjugation, because humanity has been naive enough to be hypnotized into this submission to this slavery system. But we in a sense, this has only been an illusion, an experience that we have chosen to participate in. For the truth of God, the only true matrix is the one of God. It is the only matrix that is all-inclusive, that's connected to light and love, the fifth dimensional matrix of the interconnected multi-dimensional universe. And as we regain control over our ego, our lower self, I need to control the outer world, then we move into this control of our control of our lower energies, and we become master of ourselves. We escape the program of control that has been imposed upon us. And so it is about centering on the vertical alignment, vertical access of the pillar of light, rather than continuing to project ourselves in this cross of matter. So it's about breathing and letting go, embracing all things, accepting we need to balance things out. It is very important to learn to do that. For the law of God has always run supreme. Truth has always been available, but it is the law of infinite perfection. This law is the moral law. It's the law of do no harm. It is the law that respect and tolerate all beings. But then, as long as we do no harm to the planet and no harm to other people, no animal, no trees, everything has to be considered as a bona fide life form, and everything is part of us. We are all one in this process. So this law will set us free once we align. I know I'm very close to finding this alignment. For I still have this lower energy that is still coming back to haunt me from the past. For the past is really what traps us. The past, memories of the past, or expectation about the future. For in the now there is true freedom that can be found. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to pull 10 cards, and then I'm going to 10 cards just to see what guidance we may receive. So the situation is no less than luck. To be lucky, know yourself as lucky. You deserve this luck. You deserve to be happy. It is your birthright to be lucky, to be abundant, to be free. For there is nothing. Everything that traps us is within our own hands. So we have to let go. We have to accept the luck, to be giving and receiving, to be generous, to be in a receptive mode always. What comes around this situation is joy. Joy can only be found in the present. We cannot hold on to joy, and joy has to come from within. All those things and people can bring us joy. It is not something that if we depend on someone else for our joy, then we depend on the other person to beat the drum. It's the other person that beats the drum. So our joy has to come from within. It is but joy is something magical, marvelous. It is the fuel of evolution in the higher planes. So utilize humor. What we see before us is indulgence. So we need to gather all our energies, not to dissipate our light, to dissipate our energy, to allow ourselves not to be indulgent in relationship to what we seek. For spirit as a I started this morning, and for me that I should fast, so I started doing this fast, and I lasted half of the day. This dry fast, I exercise and everything, but I'm not very good at that. I've been training myself during the Ramadan for a few years, but I'm not really good. But I'm training, and I know sometimes I'm receiving information from Spirit when I wake up in the morning, and if you do receive this information, implement it right away, never waver, and move and stick to that. But me, sometimes I need to. It takes me a couple of days to fully implement it, and so I brought my fast today. I'm drinking tea. But so it's not about being too indulgent, to be master of ourselves, to not let the subconscious programming taking over our conscious programming. We want to let go of the subconscious and the lower mental mind of the ego to turn to the superconscious and tune into our spirit soul energy. What we have in our subconscious is hope. It's hope. We know that hope is necessary. We can never, once we lose hope, we lose everything. And so let's just skip, we have that, but now we moved into creation, for we are realizing, for it, we are the master of creation, we are the master of life, for everything in life is our own creation. This whole universe was created by you. Of course, God was there too. It's creation of God, but you were there. We participated and we created our own reality within the truth of God. So anything that you have created, you can change. For it is once you accept the responsibility, the total responsibility of all that is, respecting the individual right of all human beings as well, but for they're creator of their own reality. But you no longer becomes victim of the circumstances or the victim of other people. For it is really what's coming up. For me, I'm returning to my full consciousness. I'm getting closer every day. What's coming up in the near future is humility. For we have to remain humble. We want to remain humble in order to continue to receive and to receive this generosity from the universe, receive the guidance of the universe, receive the inspiration of the universe. What we are in this situation, our strength is rejoicing. We are able to rejoice over the prospect of freedom that is before us. What comes around us is the teaching. Apprentissage. It's like we are being taught. The more we're able to listen to what life has to say, what this inner self and the reflection mirror of life, the more we are able to align. So we are being groomed to become ascended master. For there is already this part of us, we have chosen this incarnation to ascend into the higher realm and to free ourselves from this shadow matrix. What we see in our inner emotion, our hopes and fear, is doubts. So if we still have doubts, then doubt is a dead center. So we should not doubt. We should be self-determined. And then we can request. We can make a request. We can ask. As we ask, we receive. And the outcome will be liberation. We will be free. We will be free from the old cycle, and we'll be able to move into a new cycle. That does not mean that we'll be completely perfect and infinite perfection can hardly be attained within the physical realm. But there are certain things that our soul has challenges that our soul has determined for each and every one of us, and those are the challenges we need to address. Well, I hope this message was interesting. I also wanted to say that in terms of, there should be a very important, there's a great deal of awakening, awareness around the climate, but it's not about the climate, it's about the ecology, the well-being of the earth. We live on this magnificent planet, and we have turned it into this great landfill, basically. It's like garbage everywhere. It's like everywhere. It's polluted everywhere. So we need to change that. And in order to do that, there is technology that already exists that can transform industrial and domestic garbage into electricity. I know that because in the 1990s I was involved with partners with certain technologies. We sold a few in Hawaii and other US states and some in South America. But before we could complete the deal, the company went out of business, so we couldn't do it. But since the 90s, the technology have even progressed. So we could implement that if the political will. It's also very profitable. You can make a lot of money just doing that, and you'll do a lot of good to the planet. And then there are stones that recycle the fume, so the fume doesn't get pollutive. And so, for we do not know how to transmute nuclear waste right now, but the nuclear waste is what makes the greatest heat on the planet, is the hottest of all pollution. And also the electrical cars, it will be good one day, but for now those batteries are extremely toxic, a lot more toxic than any conventional cars. They won't tell you that on the news, but when it comes to recycling those batteries, they are extremely toxic, so some ecologists already know. What we need to do is to discover quantum batteries that do not need recharging and do not need recycling. They'll just always regenerate, always fulfill, always bring energy. Those will come eventually, for they may be already discovered, they may be in the process of discovering. Otherwise, maybe I'll get into it, as for this has been some ideas I had. And another thing is that for now, in terms of locomotion, in terms of cars and production, we should really, it's already happening, but we should invest a lot in hybrid cars. So the same oil tanks will take us 3 times, 4 times, 5 times farther, so we can make more out of what is there until we discover those healthy electrical systems. For I was listening to the discourse of Xi Jinping, the Chinese leader. I think this is really moving. I really appreciate it. It's very difficult to handle such a great nation as China, but they're moving they really want to move into a world of peace where economy is healthy and balanced. For now, Europe needs to be more coordinated. There is not really everything has to be reviewed. For the government are way too expensive to maintain, and we should reinvest instead of investing in those war machines. You have to cleanse up of the deep state, all the manipulative power behind the veil also, but we have to return to a monetary system that's backed up by gold, where banks that emit money has because right now they don't have that, so it's like it's a complete illusion. The central bank have created those debt systems, those Babylonian debt systems, when they enslave nations, and the nations have enslaved their populations through the taxation system. This is part of the matrix, but it's nothing to be. We want to send love and light to all the protagonists, everybody, so they all can have the chance to receive the light and move back into a system that will work for everybody. We need to invest in education. We need to invest in the quality of life, and so we need also to move into an economy that's clear and clean. There is all kinds of dark company that works behind the veil and are creating all kinds of white collar crimes. But when they're caught right-handed, they're not thrown in jail. They say, oh, you give us a few dimes and we'll give you billions of dollars to continue your activities because you can make so much money. Continue doing that. So it's like we have to return to moral standards that nobody should be should have a free pass in relationship to criminality. Also, the laws are made. There's so many laws that are created in order to fulfill the agenda of the corporation, not the people. And so and the laws are way too general. They have to be, everything has to be handled case by case. The circumstances may be different from one situation to another. So, but that's already, everything is already fine in a sense. Everything is progressing just as it is. I'm just expressing ideas. But there is a need of great collective purification of this system, of this matrix, so that this world, everybody can live in peace in this beautiful paradise world that was created for God. God has created this world for all His family, for all humans to live in paradise. And so it is very important to continue working on that, to elevate the consciousness, so through education that we can, so we can become more self-aware, more empowered, and we can slowly but surely contribute to the creation of a global culture that will be balanced and respectful of every other culture. My own contribution is on the cultural level through art. Everything that will be happening will be centered around spiritual awakening, a renaissance. There is so much that is about to happen, and so it is all very close now. And so the paintings behind me, this one is a bit on the light, but I want to show it. It's part of the series. It's called I Am That I Am. So it's I Am is the great I Am. It is God and the omnigalactic center that symbolizes a sphere and all the galaxies that evolve around it. And it says I Am That I Am, Gilles Lancillon. And it's dated 2013. It's part of a series. This one is like the third or the fourth. There's like there is one that's bigger, and then it gets smaller and smaller. I have a very small one. It's very beautiful. It says I Am That I Am. It's like, but sometimes small painting needs to be well framed, and it's really hard to show like this because it's like the smaller the painting, the more important the frame is, of course. And this one is a painting from 1994, and it's called Ascension. It is about it's a celestial painting. It shows that there are 619 planets in our celestial systems of world. Then eventually we ascend to our planet, we ascend into the system world, we achieve Jerusalem, the center, then we achieve Edantia, the center of our constellation, we achieve Salvengton, the center of our local universe, we achieve U Minor, the third, Ensa, of the system of Ensa. Then we achieve U Major, the fifth, so the system of Splendor. We go through all the 10th major sector of the super universe, and then we are sent to the spiritual university of the super universe. Eventually, we ascend to the central sphere called Uversa, and once we graduated from that sphere, we are sent into the central universe of eternity, and we eventually emerge as eternal beings on paradise. It's called the Paradise Ascension Plan. It's a major project that God has. When God created the universe, he had created all the celestial sphere for all His children to ascend back to Him eventually. So but there's no rush for eternity. For God, everything in life is eternal. So there is no time has no meaning really. It just lives in the now. Well, I hope those ideas will resonate with you. They just thought the ideas for those who are open to them. I'm going to sing a song that's I pulled them a little bit by I pulled it out of random, but it's pretty well. Random did well. You know, it's about the shadow matrix and how to escape the shadow matrix. It's a beautiful song. It's an old song. It goes like this. It's a version of Pink Floyd. Hey you, out there in the cold, getting lonely, getting old, can you feel me? Hey you, standing in the aisles with itchy feet and fading smiles, can you feel me? Hey you, don't help them to bury the light. Don't give in without a fight. Hey you, out there on your own, sitting naked by the phone, would you touch me? Hey you, with your ear against the walls, waiting for someone to call, would you touch me? Hey you, would you help me to carry the stone? Open your heart, I'm coming home. But it was only a fantasy. The wall was too high, as you can see. No matter how he tried, he could not break free, and the worm ate into his brain. Hey you, out there on the road, doing always what you told, can you help me? Hey you, out there beyond the wall, breaking bottles in the hole, can you help me? Hey you, don't tell them there's no hope at all. Together we stand, divided we fall. And so it's all about being united, for together we can create a new world, we can create this paradise for all. As more people awaken, we will be able to create just with our thoughts this possibility, and other people will join into this process, and everything, like by magic, the earth will be saved and the world will be happy. It will be like John Lennon's Imagine, that this day will come. So I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.